the chains, the S shape. Okay, so I'm gonna lock all of this. Let me delete history, save, Control Shift S, save as. I'm gonna call version 10A, just in case something wrong. Okay, so now let's see if I can template it. This one doesn't have. I will put body layer. Here we go. Let me rename. I'm gonna just call body layer. So that I can reference or template. Can you see? And I'm gonna reference it. T. So that a little lighter on my screen. Here we go. So we're gonna focus on that shape. And let's take a look at it. It's basically, now let me talk about how you analyze the shape that you need to build. Can you see it's just like a reverse S, right? But when you look at it, this part is really circular. And then straight line and a little angle, kind of bent angle. Let's see if we have a really font picture. Okay, this one we see the bottom one. Let's talk about the bottom one first then. Right here. So now I could see that this is halfway really circle and then straight line. So let's say if this is a big circle, half of the circle are on the top and then the bottom half is straight line in angle. So that would be even easy to do that. And I could see that if I build only the top part and then mirror it or rotate it to the bottom, it will be matched because they are symmetrical, right? So we can do that shape. Now let's take a look at the top shape, see if it's the same. I think the top shape may be different. And unfortunately, we don't see it straightforward, so this is good enough. So now the top part is similar but thicker. That's all it is. Well, in that case, we have to do twice. We could do once, and then we could. No, you have to do twice. Okay, so because it's different shape. So let's focus on the font view. I'm gonna turn off my image plane on font view. Look like this. So just watch it first so that you understand the concept. Now, there's another tool that we never talk is shape or curve. If I click EP point 2, it do like this, right? Here we go. And then I press execute. This is EP curve tool. You just use it here. And then I can create a kind of circular to extrude along this. Or I can use a cylinder. Let's do just cylinder so that we stick it only on the polygon primitive. So I'm going to move the cylinder up so that you can see. I'm going to reduce the size a little bit. So let's do 6. No cap. So that it's easier to just extrude from here. Now, to extrude the face, there's a little trick. You can extrude the face along the path. Now the path, when you edit it, you just right click and choose control vertex and move. And remember, this is just an option. I don't want you to use this for this model. But just in case, when you move to the a little high level of the game class, they might ask you to do something like this, and if you said no, you don't, they will blame me. So I will have to show you. So I kind of position it into the center of that. So what you need to do is you right click and choose face, pick that face, and then instead of just extrude right away, you need to use option. Here we go. Now the option, there is a curve setting selected. So if I hold shift and select the curve, the selection will allow me to extrude along that selected curve. When I click apply, look like this. Now the reason that look like this because there's not enough segment to curve. So while I am still on the extrude manipulator, if you are not, still okay. Let me go back to object mode. Let's pretend you can highlight poly extrude face, division right here. When you increase the division, can you see one started to bend? More. When you add more, you get more section to follow that curve. So now you get the extrude. However, this technique, when we use with letter S, is really hard to build. Let me undo. To make this curve looks exactly like what we wanted. There's an option we can do it by using a multiple circle, cut, detach, connect. But that is another technique which I don't think is necessary for us to do it. So I'm gonna delete that. The technique that I want you to use is this. Still just watch it, don't do it, and then we'll do it together. I'm gonna use cylindrical, and I'm gonna start cylindrical mesh, get the shape long and slim. So radius, let's do 0.2. How about 0.15? Try to get the thickness in the size of this first. Just a cylinder. Here we go. So I think this is thick enough. Yep. Let's compare to the side view with the hole itself. Let me switch back to reference. See if it's thick enough. I think so. I think I could do 0.14. How about 0.13? 0.125. That's better. It's about, hold on, might be too thick. Let's 0.15. That's enough. 0.15. So now the section, let's do only 6. Let's press 3 to see if it round when we do 6. Oh, sorry, 6. See if it round enough. I think so. Oh yeah, a little too thin. Let me increase 0.2. Oh no, 0.15. Yes, 0.15 is better. Not too thin. Okay, so now I'm gonna press 1 back, and the cap, we don't need it now. No, we leave it. Okay, leave the cap. So now I'm gonna add Bend Deformer. So it's under Deform, Nonlinear, Bend. There's an option, but we don't need to worry about that option. Just create it first. If I switch to 4, it looks like this. It's parallel to the body. So the way it works is when I increase the curve, can you see it bent? Let me increase it only 90. Here we go. Now, this is not what we want at all. Do you know why? Because there's not enough segment in the straight line. So let me go back again. Bend to 0. Bend. So to go back to the bend option, you select the bend object or object itself, and under input, highlight bend 1 and change to 0. So we need a segment. So now I select the cylinder, look at under input right here. So you can access both the Bend Deformer handle, let me switch to 4 so that you can see, or the cylinder will have input. So I'm going to go to cylinder. This is what I can do. Let me show you. If I do bend 90, cylinder look like this, right? So I'm going to highlight poly cylinder, increase subdivision height. Can you see? Now, you don't want too much subdivision. You just want about enough to get started. So in this case, I would, because right now the shape, it looks like S half circle and then extrude straight line, right? So this is what I'm gonna do. I think that half is good. Actually, you need to bend a little more. So let me do 6, 8. Let me do 8. Now, I'm gonna bend a little more. I'm gonna go back to bend, increase. Now, the reason that I do this, one moment, when you look at on the side view, because I want half circle and then straight line. So this time, the reason that I add more section, because I want the half circle to end here. And this will be the starting point of the extrude straight line. Okay, so, not yet. After I done, if you wanted to reorient it this way, you can't just rotate the geometry, because the Bend Deformer has a base, and the base orientation is pointing that way. So when you move any object, would be deformed. But if you move together, both of them, it will follow as is. So I would suggest you parent the Bend Deformer to the object first, and then now you can grab the object without grabbing the bend, and then just rotate it. Yes?
Earlier you said 8. There's only 7 on that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So mine is work then. Okay, because I have the so either basically, like I was saying, that there's no rule exactly how many span it is. It's based on how do you want the shape to look like. So in this case, I have straight line on the top, so that's become 7. So that's a good catch. I didn't even see that. So now, when I get to this point, I could see that my edges are too thick. I can go back to the polygon cylinder, reduce the radius to 0.1. That's much better. Okay? So now, when I get to this point though, I don't really need the deformer anymore. I can delete history, edit, delete by type, history. Now there's no Bend Deformer in there. Here we go. So what I'm gonna do next though, I'm gonna duplicate this, move it down, and then I'm gonna rotate 90 degrees. Mine's become minus 90. Here we go. And 180. Okay, let's see if this is 90. No, it has to be minus 90. Even number. So I move this down. Can you see? I got a shape that really close to what I need. So what I really need is this. I'm gonna move that in. Actually, hold on. That, am I in the right? Is it reverse S, right? So, okay, reverse S, sorry, my bad. So I have to move this down a little bit. So now, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna connect this face right here. So let me delete that. Delete select this one, delete, and I'm gonna combine them, combine, and now right here we can just bridge, or if you remember, we use a pen to polygon tool, a pen to polygon tool, mesh to a pen. You can start it to a pen like this, press Y, and later on I'm gonna show you the bridge tool, because if it equal number of the edges, bridge tool will be quicker than a pen, because a pen you have to do 8 times, right? 8 side. Here we go. So now you get that shape. If I press 3, look like this, and then I have to stop continuity. To stop continuity, same thing again. Multi-cut and stop right here. 1, 2. Here we go. So that's how you make this shape. The other thing is, let me undo quick before you might have, because the shape, these a little longer right here. So I'm gonna have to move a little bit like this. Okay. And you might have to scale uniformly, because when it's different angle, it's kind of a little bit become larger. Can you see? So a little closer. Might need to taper it down a little bit. And it looked like this. Let me cut now. Oop. Multi-cut. 1, 2, now 3. Here we go. So let's do it together, just only one. I'm gonna delete that. And then you do it on your own, the other one. Okay. So first, start off with cylindrical. Move into location. Get the size you need. So I'm gonna change to 6 side. Radius 1.1. I think I get with 0.1. Actually 0.1 is too less. 0.11. Here we go. And subdivision, let's pretend we don't know. We know we need some, so let's add subdivision height. Let's add 6 for now. And then we're gonna start it to bend it. So you go to deformer, nonlinear, bend, and bend it first. I'm gonna bend 90 degrees. Here we go. So I got some shape there. Now 90 degrees is not enough. Let's add to 8. This time I'm gonna do 8. Add 8. Yes.
So I know I'm just like doing 3 times, but how do you get to the deformer menu again?
Under deform menu,
Oh, it's
nonlinear,
okay, my bad.
and bend. Nonlinear and bend.
Okay.
So 90 degrees is not enough. You can select the either object or bend deformer, and then look under input. Turn on bend. I think I did 120. You can do more. How about 130? You want this to be a little angle in. Oh, hold on. That's not a good idea. 120. Because we want to focus on the straight line right here. And this time I use 8 instead of 7. Because I can. So now when you're done, we don't need a bend anymore. You could delete history right away. Or if you want to keep bend just for further modification, you need to parent, select the bend icon, the handle, shift select the body and edit parent, so that you can select only the body and rotate it 90 degrees. The bend will follow. Mine is minus 90. So now if you look at on the outliner, it look like this. Bend handle is a sub hierarchy under, it's a child of P cylinder polygon cylinder 3. So it means if you rotate the polygon, the bend will follow. You do not want to select both of them. If you select both of them like this and you rotate, you're gonna get double transform. So you can't do that because it's already a child. If it's not a child, you can't select both. So I just go to unparent. So you have to select both if it's not a child and then rotate them together. So either way. So now I'm done with the deformer. So I need to bake this. To bake it, basically you select the polygon, go to edit, delete by type, history. Now the bend deformer is gone and bake the shape. You can face transform if you like, because it makes it nice and cleaner. So I'm gonna face transform. Last time I didn't face, and I face it later. Okay. So after I face, I'm gonna duplicate it and then rotate it on the bottom. You don't have to use mirror. So Control D, and then start it to rotate one direction and see if that's the right direction. So mine will be 180. Here we go. And then I'm gonna move it down. And if it's too short or too long, you can move them back. So don't worry, just move it down. Okay. And make sure move straight line, not left and right, just only y-axis, so that they are matched, like a perpendicular to each other. So now we got to prepare, delete faces that we're gonna connect. So right here, that need to be deleted. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Delete it. And on top will be on the other side. Here we go. And then you need to combine them. Select both. And then just combine. Now they are single. You might need to turn on display border so that to be safe, you'll be able to identify if there any other border. So now guys, if you use a pen to polygon tool, just watch for a moment. You just have to click one here and then the opposite. Press enter and then keep doing it. I'm gonna undo, okay? I'm gonna show you one more too. Because it's equal number. So we can use this. Shift right mouse click and choose bridge. Bridge tool should be under you might have to go to edge. Right click and choose edge first because it doesn't show on mine. Now it will focus on edge only. So once again guys, because I can't see on object mode, so right click and choose edge first because bridge, we will bridge edge. And then shift right mouse click. Now I can see right here bridge. So make sure you switch to edge component. Now with bridge tool, you need to double click, select all the, oh shoot, sorry. I did it, I fill hole by accident. I don't know why, when did I did that. My bad. Okay, so bridge, and I'm gonna right click to edge, and then double click the open edge on one part, and go to the other side, hold shift, double click on the edge on the other part. Make sure you double click on the edge that are perpendicular to each other, like close to each other, so that it won't twist. If it twists, just redo it again. Now shift right mouse click and choose bridge. Can you see? Now it's connect. Now with bridge though, you can actually add curve or division. Like for example, right now we don't have curve, but this is the division. Can you see? However, on this model, we don't need them. We just need one. That's all we need. So let me go to face. If you feel like, hey, this is not right, it's a little longer, just grab all the faces from here, shift it down. Can you see? And then you got a little stretch, a little taller. So the next thing you need to do is you need to work on this section. Now you could add one more span by extrude it. Extrude that face perpendicular to. You could. Can you see? Now when you do this though, that section are not straight line right here. So you will have to manually move. I am not going to do that. I'm gonna just move these faces. You can move vertices or face, it's okay. As long as you move all of them together. So I'm gonna move like this. Okay. And when I move this way, because of the angle has changed, it appears to be thicker, right? So you just have to scale uniformly by grabbing, press scale and grabbing the center and scale it uniformly. And look at the line. See if they are kind of straight angle, and it will look like this. Almost done. Hold on. And I gotta finish this quick and then I'll help. So here we go. I think I'm gonna move. And I'm gonna scale a little bit. Now, these appear to be thinner. Can you see? It's okay. I think it's not a big deal. Let me finish this quick. Multi-cut. 1 and 2 here. When I press 3, is done. So I'm gonna move, relocate it, and I gotta scale them uniformly. It's too small. Here we go. All right, a little more. Here we go. Now, if it's not clearance, no big deal. Just go back to vertex, grab the whole thing on the bottom, stretch it out, and then go back, scale it a little more. Here we go. If it's too big, again, might have to reshape it. I think this is good. Might have to reshape the circle. Here we go. Might be a little too big, but you got an idea. If have to move a little bit, I think. I might have to do this. Select the body, make a little body adjustment. I gotta move the whole down a little bit. Let me press 1. Let's use selection tool. Let me select them all first. Control Shift select. Let's move it down a little bit. Just a little bit. Here we go. So now I should be good. Yep, clearance now. Okay, done. You do it on the other one, okay? And then now one more before we stop. This section, can you see? That's an easy one. So basically, you could use just a, not even cube, just do a plane. And if you remember, I was talking about to make a hole, extrude from the center. Let's do plane, let's do 4. 4 is too much, let's do 2. 2 is 2 layers, okay. So, how about, let's do 1, quicker. And then I'm gonna do this. Select the face, extrude, offset it, 2. Here we go. Oh, sorry guys, we can't do extrude because you have to delete another phase. I'm gonna increase like this, 3, because of this phase. Let me reposition right there. Now I'm gonna hit delete. I press 3. Can you see? Looks like this already. So when I press 1 back, I could try to round this. Let me scale. Here we go. Oh, sorry. Press 3. Almost there. Press 1 back. I think I need to move this down. Scale it. There we go. So I think my edge is go too far and too small, too big. Press 3. Can you see? I almost get that circle look. If you want a thickness, let me do it quick. Go to object mode, extrude, and then just move. Here we go. When I press 1, it look like this. Don't make it too big. Here we go. And then you could add discontinuity. 1, 2. Here we go. And done. So just reshape a little bit. Okay. And that's it. So for today. So you're gonna next Monday I gonna create a submission. So you will submit this stage that you have 2 chains. Okay. And the ball I will give you more time, but we will do it on Friday. Just only the ball. It's good that we finish this. So I'm gonna stop record and then I'm gonna help. Before I help, let me check real quick.